Ramon was never the kind of man to lose his temper, or at least, that's what everyone thought. But deep down, he knew he had a storm inside him, a storm that could erupt at the smallest provocation. One Monday morning, something happened that would change his life forever. Ramon was standing at the crowded subway station, waiting for the train that would take him to his office. The platform was buzzing, people pushing, shoving, some grumbling about being late. And then, a man brushed past him, muttered an insult under his breath, and stepped into his personal space. Normally, Ramon would have snapped, his heart would race, his fists might clench, and a harsh word would have shot out of his mouth without even thinking. But that day, something was different. Ramon took a breath. He paused. And for the first time in years, he didn't respond. Instead, he simply stepped aside and let the moment pass. That moment changed everything, but he didn't realize it until later. Raymond's life had not been an easy one. He grew up in a neighborhood where tempers flared quickly, where arguing often escalated into fights. He had learned to defend himself physically, but emotionally, he was always on edge. Every slight, every careless word felt like a personal attack. It had cost him friendships, relationships, and even career opportunities. No one wanted to work with someone who could blow up at any second. Ramon carried this weight silently, until the day he met an elderly mentor named Mr. Kale. Mr. Kale was a quiet man, known for his uncanny ability to stay calm no matter the situation. Ramon approached him one afternoon, frustrated after a particularly difficult day at work. "How do you stay so calm all the time?" Ramon asked, his voice tight with irritation. Mr. Kale smiled and leaned back in his chair. "Calm isn't something you pretend to have. Calm is something you practice, something you understand. You can't control what others do, but you can control your reaction." At first, Ramon didn't understand. How could one man ignore insults, rudeness, or even betrayal? It seemed impossible, but he decided to take Mr. Kale's advice seriously. He started observing himself. He noticed the triggers that made him lash out: someone cutting him off in traffic, a harsh email from a coworker, a friend's thoughtless remark. Each trigger was a signal, a sign that his emotions were about to take control. Kale taught him a simple technique. Before reacting, breathe. Count to 3. Ask yourself, does this really need my energy? Will reacting help or hurt? At first, it was awkward. Ramon would start to feel the familiar heat rising in his chest, and then he would pause, forcing himself to breathe. Many times, he failed. He yelled, snapped, or stormed off. But slowly, he started to notice a difference. The pauses became longer. The reactions became softer. And gradually, he realized that by not reacting, he was reclaiming control over his life. One evening, Ramon faced his ultimate test. He was at a family dinner, a gathering he normally enjoyed. But tensions flared when a relative began criticizing him, mocking his choices, and questioning his career. In the past, Ramon would have argued, shouted, and stormed out. But this time, he remembered Mr. Kale's words. He breathed deeply, focusing on the calm he had been building for months. He let the words pass without responding. The insults came and went like waves on a shore. And something remarkable happened. Ramon felt no weight pressing down on him. The anger, the frustration, the urge to lash out, they all dissolved. By staying calm, he not only protected his peace but also commanded respect. People noticed. His relatives paused, realizing their words held no power over him. Ramon had discovered a truth most people never learn: the power to stay calm is the power to stay free. Over the following months, Ramon applied this principle everywhere: in the office, in traffic, online, and with friends. When a colleague tried to provoke him, he smiled inwardly, recognizing the test. When someone cut him off in a long line, he simply stepped back and waited. When he faced criticism or betrayal, he reminded himself that the only thing he could control was his reaction. Each time he practiced this, his calm became stronger, more natural. It wasn't about suppressing emotion, it was about mastering it. Raymond's life transformed. He knew longer carried the weight of anger or frustration. His relationships improved, his work became more productive, and he even felt healthier as his body no longer reacted to constant stress. People around him began to ask for his advice. And he shared the simple truth: you cannot control the actions of others, but you can control how you respond. That's where your true power lies. One morning, as Ramon stood on the subway platform once more, he smiled. A man brushed past him, muttered something rude, and entered his personal space. But Ramon, now fully in control of his emotions, simply smiled and let him go. He realized that life will always have people trying to trigger us, trying to pull us into chaos. But the secret to peace, to true freedom, lies in our response. Calm is not passive, it is power. Ramon had learned it the hard way, but now he lived it every single day. And he knew one final truth: staying calm isn't just a life skill, it is a life-changing choice. So, wherever you are, whatever storm surrounds you, remember Raymond's story. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause, breathe, choose calm, protect your peace, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Stay calm, stay free, and live a life untouchable by the chaos of others.